Okay, thank you. Well, it was a pleasure to come here. It took only 3 stops with subway from the office. Now I've actually used my time already. I apologize. Must say, like Eero Saarinen, whose client said once to him that time is running out. Could you please talk quickly? So he said that no, that's not possible, but I can say less. So let's hope so. I can do that. Yeah, I'm just like running through a few slides. I'm a practical architect. I'm representing JKMM Architects. It's a commercial office in a good sense, if I say so. We are 70 people, like just 1 kilometer from here, and doing everything that regarding to architecture, and we are trying to make the difference happen in reality. And yeah, the subject I was given was that who's the actual client of architects? Could you please show some works of yours? And yeah, I'm trying to answer to that question. Of course, to determine who's our client actually, and what is the purpose of our design. We are, of course, also doing the work for our commissioner who's paying our bills, for sure, but there's more. Yeah, the way of work of ours is very social, cooperation based, and we have renovated our office within this idea. We are in 3 floors. We use our stairs. We have different kind of rooms, different kind of spaces, multi-use spaces to make it happen. It's project based, and basically we all have to involve the work. Few ideas came into my mind about communal, social, and ecological. So one idea was that this Viki district area, we won the competition over 15 years ago. Was quite old-fashioned already when we won the competition. There was a church in the middle, healthcare center that never was built, and elderly people's homes, assisted living, and youth center. All different typologies, trying to find the synergies within their, in interaction with each other. And nowadays we're building hybrids. It's all hybrids. The typologies are not valid anymore in that sense. It took 15 years. The church was, very social interaction, of course, when building it. It was accomplished after 5 years, elderly people's home after 10 years, and the youth center just this year. So 15 years it took all together to build the whole community. So you have to have quite endurance, and yeah, the clients changed within this process. About social, yeah, Aaltos Library and the Seinäjoki urban center. So that's one quite old-fashioned representative of different typologies within interaction in the urban scale, in the townscape. We built an annex building, a library into it, and yeah, libraries are maybe the most important public places in the cities in Finland, and they are changing. Libraries are not anymore for books; they are for more and more for people. They are living rooms of the cities. So as you see in this picture, so people are gathering different kind of groups and using the space. So we have to try to create the kind of spaces that could be used in many ways. Of course, there are social gatherings, happenings that are organized, but as well we have to prepare them spaces for privacy to be able to be in a closure that it's safe and secure. About ecological, I thought that also we made a large headquarter for largest bank in Finland, OP Pohjola. So it was nice to notice that also this kind of organization is not anymore building large towers, huge dominant landscapes in the city, but they were actually refurbishing old quarter. They were already acting for decades, and the building is also partly open for public. There are art galleries in the basement, and it's open for visitors partly as well. So it combines old and new. I think this is ecological, as was the way of working is changing heavily, and there's less bankers, maybe 15% less bankers than previously. So it's also an ecological way, and how the way of work is changing in multi-use spaces based workspace. Then I run through 3 projects really quickly. Lahti Transport and Center was accomplished in the beginning of this year, and it's a transportation hub, which is it's not a building, it's structures, and it's the logistic way to combine different transportation traffic forms like trains and buses and so on, bicycles. With this picture that was shared in social media, so I actually noticed that though we design the projects and buildings with certain purpose, so people are using those in the ways you never could wonder they are used. So you are not able to restrict or frame your work. You should, and you shouldn't take it into account, but be happy that these buildings are used in many ways. Of course, it's made according to regulations, but still people and youngsters especially find the way to use them in different ways. But it was a project where we created a new building bridge and new elevator shafts and canopies, bus stops, walls, info columns, and stairways within this area to make this interaction between traffic forms possible. This is a floor plan of the upper level. Here you see how it works. It connects all the traffic in 2 levels. As well, it's of course sculptural project with the high architectural and technical aims, but it's a gateway to the city as well. It's an artwork where you can find something interesting while waiting for your lift. The other one is New Kalasatama School. It's only 1/2 of the project is already accomplished. It looks a bit like a youth prison in these pictures as well, because there's no the pupils came into the school just a couple of months ago. Here you see that it's only the other half which is accomplished, and the rest will be built in the future years. Well, what is important in this, we try to make the school without corridors, and all the spaces are taking into action. So there's a kindergarten downstairs. You can unite these different spaces together like this, create and alter the situation, open up, for example, gymnastics to the corridors, and bring up the young preschool people among the real people to the upstairs, and these are not classrooms, these are lobbies, but teachers are teaching people within these lobbies actually, and they open the classrooms to these lobbies, and you can unite two classrooms together, open windows between two classrooms. One teacher can teach different groups, and actually there are no classes anymore, but the people can find the place and class from this concept where the teaching is given in the terms they find the best for themselves. So it's kind of pilot project as well. This is the staff room, and so there's no teachers room, but all the staff have only one relaxation room in this building. And the final project, the Amos Andersson Lasipalatsi Art Museum, which is under construction at the moment. So we are making a new public place in the corner of the Helsinki. Amos Andersson Lasipalatsi was originally temporary building that was built for fairs in 1940s, and representing modern style. We're trying to take the best out of it and create in the courtyard, which originally where originally stayed buses. So to make it active place where you were able to, like in the picture from the Lahti transportation center. So here as well, you can use these lanterns of art galleries in many possible ways. Gather to listen music happenings, as use them as an auditorium or so forth. This is the section. So the new art galleries are below the deck, like this. Yeah, the new lobby. Okay, here is our office. I'm going back to work. Thank you.